Hello friends, distributors of Sankey Global. It is a pleasure for David to be here with you making this little video, telling you about some of the important issues regarding Sankey's entrepreneurship and the results they have had. His sister, Ana Maria Alcantar, is a chemopharmacobiologist. She is a year and 12 days older than he is. She's also at the Sankey Project. She also has diamond rank. And because they grew up around their dad, an employee, lawyer, and employee at a Federal Electricity Commission. He was first independent as a lawyer, and later on he was hired to a job as an employee at a government institution. There, he developed, he got laid off, and he retired. Well, he had studied. He was always a restless person. In fact, he has had many shortcomings. Sometimes they were of explaining, understanding, and speaking because he had not attended beyond the 3rd year of elementary school. Since kindergarten, his sister was already going into 1st grade because, of course, it takes her a year longer than him, and he was entering a new type of school in Guadalajara, a pilot developing school. First, physically, and after the academy, in his childhood, his mom was always very proactive. He means that she always said, "You have to get ready. You have to have skills and study business." He was the gardener of his family. His dad, from the age of 12 to 14, told him, "You will need a car in the future." He spent a lot of time on gardening because they had both an inside garden and an outside one in the house in Guadalajara. He said, "If you want, I'll buy you the pruning machine and your scissors. Then the next 3 years, you can save enough money to buy a car." Then he was the gardener of the house, and also not only in his house, but all the neighbors as well. Then at his grandmother's, at his aunt's, and besides that, his dad asked him for another condition, which was nothing simple. He had to wash his father's car every day. Before heading to school, he had to wash his dad's car, which was a big black Crown Victoria. Note that when he was 17 years old, he met his aunt, who developed network marketing. And these marketing networks gave her a lot of good results and success, and that was at his age of 17. That person inspired him to change his lifestyle and have a new opportunity. Of course, that kind of life brought him, fortunately, and with the help of his parents, to develop a medical career and then a specialty. Then, another kind of training, and, well, he was very fortunate to have great support and help. There, working at the social service, he met his ex-wife. They met like this during their social service, and after finishing that training, he went to live in Monterrey. Then, with his wife, because she went on and studied a specialty in fertility. That's where he went to join her because they had made a life plan, working for her to get prepared, and the condition was that after preparing herself, she wanted to have a baby. They had been planning for a baby for 4 years, and so he had to schedule it all, take charge of it all, and attend the childbirth. He had to accept that. It was literally his turn to act like a father, 5 days a week. He stopped seeing his son after a year and 3 months. And for a period of 5 to 7 years, he thinks he saw him a total of 10 days. But back in 2010, it was something very important for him, because he had the opportunity to rewrite his life, to rethink his life, to make earnings in his life. And that was when he began to see options. He knew about Sankey through a patient, and he liked the project. He became convinced to play the role in writing, but when it came to putting it into practice, he did not like it. And that's what made him formalize the search, and someone heard that he was looking for options. He heard of a company that had a good reputation around, and that was starting. And he was a professional in that field. And he listened to the chatter. And he said, "Hey, I do not have much time. Tell me how cool it is, what it's all about, what it's like." And a man took a folder out for him to see. "Take a look at Sankey." Then he opened the folder and shut it and said, "I know about this." He told him what plans he had in the company. If the product was good in reality, that's what he was looking to do. He was prepared in the theory of anti-aging, but, of course, he said a lot about what they had said about anti-aging. The existence of the mitochondria, Much of what they said was about the mitochondria, but there was nothing to do back then. The first talk he had with the presentation staff at Sankey, he got to listen. It didn't last more than 10 minutes. He couldn't believe how much the product showed how to approach the business, how there were not many answers. He didn't trust Sankey because there weren't that many answers. That's why he started researching lots more. The background of the labs, the history of the researchers. He started investigating, and since he didn't find many things at all, he found them isolated. He went to Europe, and he told one of the engineers about his being a gynecologist. He could manage in vitro activity, or he also could advise groups. He had worked on that for a long time, and he was able to give advice. There was a fertility and mitochondria congress. He wanted them to invite him, and he sent an email to Mr. Lopez Dale to see if he could access and attend it, because sometimes it's not open to all audiences. He ended up going using his Sankey's income. That was what had made him certain to take advantage of the great opportunity at Sankey Global. So don't miss it. Every day counts. Value the time you invest in your work. Value the time, and above all, the quality of health you have, because you will hardly be able to recover it if you continue in a traditional environment. May you get to know this company, this opportunity, this health model, and we are learning from Japanese researchers to have a healthy aging and above all, an active aging process. Everyone wants to grow old being healthy, so this is a great opportunity, and don't let it get away. He was sending you all a hug, wishing you all keep in touch.